The timeline of the ill-fated Stanley Black Decker plant in Fort Worth, Texas, once tasked with manufacturing mechanics tools under the Craftsman brand, lasted about 6 years. In 2017, Stanley bought the Craftsman brand from Sears for about $900 million. 2 years later, the company broke ground on the 425,000 square foot manufacturing plant. The $90 million factory opened in 2020, and Stanley estimated it would eventually reach a staffing level of 500 employees. However, this March, Stanley announced it would shutter the plant and lay off not 500, but 175 workers. When the company began constructing the plant, then President and CEO Jim Loree said the Craftsman purchase was made to, quote, bring back the brand's American manufacturing heritage after Sears shifted production to China. Stanley planned for the Fort Worth Craftsman plant to automate most of the process for making mechanics tools. This method was meant to increase efficiency to the extent that costs would be comparable to China's. But according to former employees, the pandemic threw off the timetable, and the system did not receive proper testing before being scaled up. One former operations leader said adjustments to a rolling machine would require new tooling from overseas, a process that could take weeks. Other former workers said ratchets and wrenches would become misshapen in the press. Other problems included sockets arriving at the heat treating section with metal that had not been fully punched out or without the Craftsman name stamped on them. The company's global tools and storage president also left the role in 2020 and has since been succeeded by 4 executives. The factory still made thousands of sockets, but customers did not want them without ratchets and wrenches. In 2022, Stanley said its core tool business suffered a drop in demand after a pandemic boom, and that the company planned to reduce its facilities by 30%, lower the numbers of products it sells by 40%, and cut $2 billion in costs. The cuts thinned the Craftsman factory's workforce despite some ex-employees claiming the production problems were nearly solved. While the Fort Worth plant failed, Stanley still hopes to reduce its manufacturing presence in Asia and recently revealed newly opened plants in Mexico to serve the North American market. I'm Noah Beilstein, and this is Manufacturing Now.